What the I can't believe this. I can't believe this. Damn! I know you lying. I guarantee you won't see this coming. Welcome to You Can't Make This Shit Up with the Guru and DoubleDee.
What's going on? What's happening, good people out there in these streets? So, You Cannot Make This Shit Up, man. This is the premiere episode on the BS3 network on Roku TV. So if you're watching us on Roku, appreciate you. Make sure you guys share the broadcast if you're on Facebook, YouTube, or on the DoubleDee Mother Black Written News page. Make sure you share the broadcast out. All right, so we have a lot of things that we're going to get into tonight because, we only have an hour now. We're going to condense it all in. But before we get started, I want to say what's up to my co-host, Ms. DoubleDee. How are you doing, ma'am?
Doing pretty good. How about yourself?
Today, I realized something. My insurance just kicked in at my job, right? So I went to the doctor yesterday. Mm-hmm. And, I was not prepared. I went to, I know, right, Ben? Look at that. Yes, so I went to the doctor for the first time since I left Idaho. So it's been about almost a year. So I went to the doctor. And first thing she said out of her mouth was, "Hey, man, you fat."
Come on now.
I'm serious. She said it in a nice way. I mean, she was from the west side of heaven. You know what I'm saying? She was from the west side, but she was really nice. And she told me, "Hey, you got some issues that we need to just to get into," and so we did. So that was a very jolting experience the first time we went to the doctor here in Missouri. So they're a little different out here. A little
different, huh? So she
different.
So she told you was a little rotund.
Just a little rotund. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, it ain't nothing wrong with a little fluffiness. That's what I would have told her.
Okay. There's a difference between a little fluffiness and a lot of fluffiness is what I'm working with. You know what I'm saying?
So did she tell you how to condense some of your fluffiness down? Is that what she said?
It's crazy out here. It's crazy out here. Hey, so I just got a comment. Somebody said there's no sound. Okay. So
sound.
If you cannot hear us, let me know, please. And so because Adi's if I got your name wrong, I'm sorry. But she said she's the one saying no sound. Ben and Lisa and Evelyn are on YouTube and Facebook. So okay, let's good. All right. So
it asks, is she on Facebook? Well, she should be able to hear on Facebook.
Yeah. She says she cannot hear us.
Me?
Can you not hear me or DoubleDee? So that we'll get to that. All right. So if you can hear us, thank you. Put a 1 in the comments if you can hear me. Okay. So Evelyn says she can hear. Coming through loud and clear, Lisa said. And okay, Saida says she can hear us. All right. So we normally have a comment of the night contest that we do every show. This is episode 7. Thank you, guys. But tonight we're doing something a little different. We have a contest called Guess Who this week. All right. And so in this particular, thank you guys for the ones in the comments so you can hear me. Tell them to go out and come back in. That usually works. Yes, go out and come back in again. Unplug it and plug it back in. That normally works. So we have a Guess Who contest, right? So back in 2016, I used to work at a casino. And in this casino, we used to have people that come in and do the Vegas shows or whatever. I have a picture with a old school legendary R&B singer. Now, here's the scoop. The scoop is the winner of this contest. If you can pick who this legendary R&B singer is, I am going to instantly cash app you, me personally, $25 if you can guess who it is. Okay, I'm gonna post a picture up here in a little bit, and that way because I only think DoubleDee's seen it. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I saw it. Remember, I didn't know who the hell it was.
Like, who the hell is that? But I'm gonna post this picture up in a little bit. As soon as I get to explain the rules. Now there are 2 rules that you have to do in order to win this contest. Okay. First rule is you have to like DoubleDee Mother Black Written News page on Facebook. If you have not yet, go on over there and do that for me. Okay. Like the DoubleDee Mother Black Written News page. You can just put in DoubleDee, so I'll make it pop up, and just go ahead and like that for me. Second thing is, if you have a Roku device, you got to download the BS3 network. That way you can catch us on Wednesdays at 10 o'clock. Okay. You do those 2 things. guess who the person is, and you have to stay to the end of the show to see if you won, because I'm not going to say it like in the middle of the show. So you're going to have to wait, because I'm going to be reading the comments. The first person that I see with the correct answer, I am going to not say anything until the end of the show, and then announce it at the end of the show, and then get your Cash App or Venmo information. Okay, so those are the rules. DoubleDee Black Rip News page on Facebook, BS3 Network on Roku. If you have Roku, if you don't have Roku, that's fine. That's great. But here we go. Here's the picture that I'm going to put up. Now, I'm going to leave it up for about 5 seconds here. If you don't get it, I don't know what to take. But here's a picture. And yes, that is me. Yes, that is me. Okay. This is a legendary R&B singer who, when I saw her, I almost passed out because I was a big fan of her when I was a kid. But you got to tell me who that is in the comments. I'll announce the winner at the end of the show. Okay.
First one to get it, $25.
First one to get it, $25. Big dollar. That's lunch tomorrow or something for somebody.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So we're gonna get into it. Our first topic of the night, we're gonna talk about. You want to get into Kyle? Or you want to get into Travis first?
Let's go ahead and do Kyle, honey, because I got a lot to say.
Okay, we're gonna get Kyle right now.
Child, I declare, what a disgrace. Okay, so today in the Kyle Rittenhouse trial, honey, it was a shit show in court. It was a shit show in court today. There was so much that was going on, honey. I was on the edge of my seat. Now, anybody that is following the Black Accurate News on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, you all know that I have kind of switched gears from Kyle Rittenhouse. I was watching the trial for the first couple of days, but then when Ahmaud Arbery, the trial for the murder of Ahmaud Arbery started, I kind of switched over to that, devoted most of my time to that. I'm only one person. I don't have a team behind me, so I can only watch one trial at a time. And unfortunately, they did these trials at the same time. Why the hell they do that, I don't know. But so I just been getting the highlights of Kyle Rittenhouse. Right. But today, when I heard that he was testifying, ooh, baby, baby, I almost broke my thumb trying to get on over there to YouTube so I could type in Kyle Rittenhouse trial so I can get on over there and see what was going on. Yeah. It was a hot bullshitty mess. Okay, so first of all, let me just say that I commend them for how they tried to fix Kyle up. But at the end of the day, every single time I see him, the only thing I can see him is when he was at this bar a few months ago drinking with the Proud Boys. That's the only thing that I see when I see Kyle Rittenhouse. That's it. I think you have a photo of that.
Yeah, you mean this one? No, that's
yes. That's it. Okay. That's it. That's one of them where he had on a shirt that said he was free as fuck. That's the only thing that I see when I see him, and also, of course, the one with him with the gun. But we're not going to show that one. Right. Yeah. So he gets up on the stand today to testify. Here he is, right there, drinking his little alcoholic beverage. 18 years old. They got no business in no bar, and he's having fun with the Proud Boys. Whenever the judge did not remove his bond for that, and then they also couldn't find his ass for a couple of days. I already knew that this trial was going to be a shit show. So today in court, Kyle gets up there to testify, and everything's going good. Of course, he's with the defense. Everything is going well. Everything's coming up roses. He's explaining that he is a EMT or whatever, a paramedic. Well, he's trained or whatever. He's explaining the reason why he went down to Kenosha was to protect this car dealership. They actually got permission from the dealership owner to protect this dealership. Him and his girlfriend, his sister's boyfriend, and a bunch of their friends. Okay, they all decided to scurry on down there and protect the car dealership. So he gets up to the point to where he has to explain his first interaction with Joseph Rosenbaum, that was the first person that he killed. That's the one that he's accusing of hitting him with the skateboard. Take a look at this testimony, y'all.
Died. And I was cornered from in front of me with Mr. Zeminski. And there were three people right there.
Take a deep breath, pal.
That's what I run.
We're gonna just take it. Time for our break anyway. You can just relax for a minute.
Okay, I'm sorry. I can't. You know what?
Y'all, please let me say this. You see how he was squeezing his eyes together, y'all, trying to make them tears come down, and nothing still came down. It reminded me of when I was little, and I was trying not to get my ass whipped by my mama. So I was standing in front of her, and I was trying to make the tears come down. That's what it was. Then he swung his head around real fast. Looking at the judge like, okay, I'm done now. I'm done acting. Can you go ahead and cut this shit off?
Yeah, put off the camera, damn it. You know,
I can't.
I cannot. You know what? Kyle Rittenhouse, do this for me.
I'm going to tell you like this. If you don't shut your ass up, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you.
I don't. It was almost, you sent it to me today because we always do our shows. You send me the videos pre. And you sent me that video, and I was like, that is the worst performative act I've ever seen in my life. You weren't doing all that crying and nonsense when you were hanging with the Proud Boys.
No, he wasn't. That was the only time. Now, this is what's strange to me, is that when they were describing and actually showing video of Kyle killing these people, no tears was dropping. He actually was looking at the screen in astonishment of his handiwork, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? But we get down to where you got to describe it. You're up on the stand. You want to try to get the jury to feel sorry for you, and you're going to start crying. Well, fake crying. And I didn't see a tear. I swear I saw no tear. Who said that? Ricky Schroeder gave him some acting tips. Absolutely. Child, and some horrible acting tips in that. Oh my God. I declare, honey, what a disgrace.
So when he said, I don't like crime is out of control.
I agree 100%. That was a hot boo shitty mess. That was the worst acting job that I ever seen. And then I didn't send him the video because I wanted you guys to see where the judge quickly handed him some water. He just had water on deck right there, and he gonna quickly hand over him some water. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with the judge handing him water. I was too outdone with that entire display. It was some bullshit. He was not really crying. And the whole purpose of Kyle being on that stage, up there to testify, is so that it could humanize him a bit to the jury. You see what I'm saying? That's what they're trying to do. But to me, if I was sitting on that jury, I'd be looking at him like, what the fuck was that? Especially when you see the way he acted after that. Because to me, he was pompous in parts of that.
Yes.
Yeah, he was very pompous. So they go.
As your girl.
Yeah.
As your girl, Jenna.
Exactly. Oh yes, honey. Oh yes. Well, hell.
Right now. Somebody said he almost crapped his pants trying so hard to produce that tear.
Absolutely, yeah. He really did. What they say? Yeah, I never. Mm-hmm. It was a mess. It was a mess.
Yeah, it
was clearly a mess. So we go to break. We come. The judge immediately dismissed for break. Kyle got to get himself together. Yeah. We come back, and then he continued his story. So let me tell you what Kyle's story is. So Kyle's story is basically that this was self-defense. He says that Joseph Rosenbaum actually hit him in the head with his skateboard twice. That's what he was saying. That's what he's saying. So that's what prompted him to shoot him. Now,
this boy is walking down the street with an AK-47 or whatever the crap that is he's carrying.
AR-15. Mm-hmm.
I mean, how was no? Okay,
yeah. So he says, and the other guy that he said he did that because he raised a weapon at him. That's the reason why he did it. He's basically trying to say this was self-defense. Okay. And I don't agree with self-defense, because at the end of the day, when you have self-defense, the weapons need to match each other. Like if somebody is beating your ass with their fist, why you gonna come through with a gun? You know what I'm saying? And shoot somebody. This is the thing. How the hell you gonna have a scary security guard? You send an 18-year-old out to defend your property that with a weapon? I feel like the doggone car dealership should be held liable if they actually gave him permission to do that, because that is completely insane. Completely insane. So he says this is self-defense. So they switch things up.
Thank you.
Then they yeah, exactly. So they switch things up a bit. And they so after Kyle says that this was self-defense, blase this, they go over to Thomas Bringer, who is the defense, who is the prosecution. Okay, he's the prosecutor in the case. He's actually the assistant DA. Very knowledgeable, but he made a very big misstep. He started things off wrong. He's already got a horrible relationship with the judge, Bruce Schroeder. Bruce Schroeder has been on his ass. Anything that the whole entire time, all the way down to jury selections, he's been on the ADA's ass. So he's not matching the energy with the defense and the prosecution. So he gets up there, and I want to preface this by saying, I know where he was going. I know where Thomas Bringer was going with what he said, but he did it all wrong. So he started it off by asking Kyle, or saying to Kyle, now you decide to testify. So now you decide that you want to go ahead and testify after you done heard all the testimony. Baby, as soon as that came out his mouth, and I promise you, when he was saying that, when Thomas was saying that, I was clutching my pearls because I knew he had worded that wrong. He got ahead of himself, and he fucked up. Baby, the judge went the hell off. And did I send you a clip of that?
I think you did.
Let's see.
My understanding of
you should have come and asked for.
No,
not the one.
That's not it. Okay, but he is going to go off on him about that on that part as well. So you guys will still get to hear what he had to say about that. So basically, Thomas was questioning the witness, questioning the defendant on the fact that he chose to remain silent. You cannot do that. Everybody has the right to remain silent. You see what I'm saying? You can't get up there as the prosecutor and say to somebody, oh, well, why did you choose to remain silent? You can't do that. Even though what Thomas Bringer was trying to say is that you have heard the prosecution's full case. You saw all the evidence, and now you can get up here and do your testimony, and you can basically frame your stuff around what was presented to make it come out in your favor. That's basically what he was trying to say in that instance. But he fucked all the way up, and it was downhill from there. It was downhill from there. So he got a tongue lashing from the judge. They come back after that, and Thomas Bringer goes in again to ask Kyle more questions. He starts asking Kyle questions, and then he starts to approach a subject that was ruled inadmissible, meaning they wasn't supposed to talk about this at all. When he did that, the judge went the hell off on him. Play that.
Oh, that's the one you want me? Okay, I got you. I got you now. I'm on it. I'm on your ass, DoubleDee. All right.
My understanding of
you should have come and asked for reconsideration. You did on the one motion, and in fact, I granted your motion for reconsideration.
That was not a motion.
Excuse me. I did. I granted.
We did not move
that
to
was
reconsider.
Their motion.
We have not filed any motions to reconsider in this case.
That was their motion for reconsideration, which I denied. But I said I denied it, or I indicated a bias towards denial is what I did. Held it open with a bias towards denial. Why would you think that that made it okay for you, without any advance notice, to bring this matter before the jury? I was astonished when you began your examination by commenting on the defendant's post-arrest silence. That's basic law. It's been basic law in this country for 40 years, 50 years. I have no idea why you would do something like that. And it gives, I'll leave it at that. So I don't know what you're up to.
May I respond?
Yes.
We filed an other acts motion on this exact issue because, in my mind, and I argued this, it is identical to what was going on the night of August 25th, in the sense that the defendant was using this exact same weapon. He was using it in a manner to try and protect property.
No, he wasn't.
Your Honor, with all due respect,
I'm not going to rehash the motion. That's absolutely untrue. No. Your argument's of record. My comments are of record, and why I ruled as I did is of record. There's nothing that I heard in this trial to suggest anything's changed. Even if you're correct in your assumption that you know more than I did at the time, you should have come to the court and say, I want to go into this. Why you would think that you could go into it without any...
Ooh, child. Then he went on. It cut out the part where he told him. He said, "Don't get brazen with me." Oh. That's what he told Thomas. He said, "Don't get brazen with me." I said, "Shit." Let me clutch these pearls real quick, child. Let me address Rama's comment really quick. Rama, that's that's not true. He did not cross state lines with the weapon. That's one thing I wanted to clear up tonight, so I'm glad you brought it up. He did not cross state lines with the weapon. He actually, the weapon was already in Wisconsin. It's illegal for him to have the weapon in, I believe it's Antioch, Illinois is what it is. Antioch, Illinois is where he's from. So he was keeping the weapon in Wisconsin. That's where he was keeping it at his girlfriend's, at his brother, at his sister's boyfriend house, because her father had a safe. So that's why the weapon was kept there. He didn't cross state lines with it. That is a misconception that we all had, but it's not true. Yeah, we all had that misconception. It's not true. But still, he had no business having the weapon there. He had no business having it. Absolutely. Yeah, the judge could not maintain his composure. He was actually trying the case for the defense. Yeah. There was many times where he interjected without the defense actually calling for an objection. He basically would stop Thomas like, oh no, you can't do that. You know, it was really weird to see it happening. And you see there where he actually told them, he said, look, told Thomas, you almost did I'm not going to say it. We all know what you wanted to say. It was a mistrial. You know, you almost gave us grounds for a mistrial, in which Kyle Rittenhouse attorneys did ask for a mistrial. They did ask for a mistrial. Now, he's supposed to be considering that, and he's actually asking for a mistrial with prejudice. So if he grants this motion for a mistrial with prejudice, they will not be able to retry Kyle Rittenhouse if that happens. Yeah. I don't know if he will or not. That would be an overreach.
I want to think they'll have that same energy like they had with like we did with OJ. You know, they're gonna have that same energy. Are they gonna do you think protesters are gonna break out?
Oh yeah. If it gets declared a mistrial, there's going to be more protest. If he gets off, there's going to be more protest. And I 100% believe that this is not going to end well. I believe that Kyle's because of the judge, they have made some leeway, possibly with that jury. Let's just keep it 100 here. The jury is all white. There's one black juror on the on this case. I don't think that they will see it that way. The only thing that they're going to see, because this is what the they're bringing up these defenders of Kyle Rittenhouse. Oh, these guys were felons. Oh, they were out here participating. Oh, a skateboard can be a deadly weapon. No, Kyle was supposed to take that L, or he wasn't supposed to bring his ass out there. If you're not ready to match energy, then you shouldn't have brought your ass out there. Right. That's 100%. You don't bring a gun to a fist fight. You just don't do it. So let me finish that. So after that, I believe, I'm going to give you guys my honest opinion. I feel like Thomas was able to drive home the fact that that all this chaos was going on around Kyle. Lots of people were armed out there. Lots of people were having fights out there. There was a lot of ruckus going on. Yeah. But Kyle was the only one that chose to shoot. It was not in self-defense. This is something that he brought upon himself. You know what I'm saying? But will it be enough for him to not be convicted? I don't think so. Yeah. That's my analysis.
That's a good question. I'll tell you what. So listen, you guys, we're going to go ahead and switch gears. All right. So we're going to get into a little bit of Travis Scott. So hang tight with me. So we all understand, and we've heard the stories of what happened with Travis Scott and with Astroworld, the festival that he had, and all of the things that the deaths of these 8 victims. A very tragic event, a very sad event. We've all saw different videos. We've seen Travis Scott's apology video, which you're going to run here in a little bit. Excuse me. So, DoubleDee, what's your take on Travis Scott? You think he's to blame?
I think there's a mixture of the blame. First of all, Travis Scott has a history with being arrested for inciting riots and different and not caring about the people that are his fans. You know what I'm saying? That came out to see him. He did not stop the show. He didn't. He stopped it at one point, but he continued on. When you have a situation that is escalating, you don't continue the music so people can still be amped up. You need to be trying to calm people down. So I believe that was a misstep on his behalf, and he's going to have to suffer the consequences of that. Yeah. Definitely. Go ahead.
Because there are so many different people have different spins on this, and they were talking about how they felt that this was demonic. There were times in the video. There was time during the concert where Travis was perched up. If you saw, there's a couple of videos where he was perched up to where he had to be able to see what was going on in the crowd. He couldn't help but see it. There was one instance to where he pointed out. He stopped the show. And pointed out one of the patrons who had passed out and was trying to get him help. But instead of him stopping the show, he kept right on going. I mean, I feel like, what was that? And then there was some videos of him smiling. He's watching this carnage happen during this show. I mean, so it's like, you want to blame him, and then you don't. You know what I'm saying? Because people are like, well, you can't blame that. You can't blame the artist for what happens in the crowd. Okay, so who do you blame at this point? Because you got security, you have the venue security, you have, who do you blame? Who do you? That
the venue security was not. First of all, we're gonna put some blame on the event planners of this, because I believe they had 300 security. That's not enough to keep 50,000 people plus 50,000 people under control. Because I believe I sent you a video of the people actually sneaking in the event. I don't know if you got it. You may not have.
Which one? The event.
Yeah, they were breaking down, like it was 50,000 people that had purchased. They had purchased tickets, but they actually people were breaking down the fences and climbing over the fences to get to this event.
I got you. What kind of influence or hold did this man have on these people? So that's what a lot of people are coming off.
I mean, it was more than him there. You know, Drake was there too. So we can't just say, you know, Drake was there too. So we just can't say it was all Travis Scott the reason why they come. But isn't Travis Scott from that area? I believe they said that. Yeah. So I believe they said that he. This is a festival that he started. So this is his baby. You know what I'm saying? That he's done since he became famous. So I just feel like his event planners suck. For 50,000 people, you don't have just 300 security. You need way more than that to try to control these people. Yeah. And then Travis, this is, like I told you, this isn't the first time he's had something like this happen. So he should have had some kind of comment or some type of training or something to teach him how to try to calm down crowds. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. There was a way he could have done that. Like in 2017, he was arrested and accused of inciting a riot and encouraging fans to bypass security to rush a Walmart stage in Arkansas. He was actually charged with he was actually pled guilty to 3 misdemeanors and disorderly conduct. Several people was hurt during that time. In 2015, he pled guilty to reckless conduct for what he did at Lollapalooza. It was another instance where he was telling people to rush the stage, you know, and people got hurt. I believe several people was hurt then. So this is not the first time for Travis that his fans have gotten hurt. And it is very sad. Play that video to show them when people were telling him to stop the show and he didn't.
Let's see. Do I have it?
I hope so.
Stop the show! 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 Okay, where my guy, man? Come on.
People are fucking dying. I want to save somebody's life. That's somebody's kid.
Two hands to the sky.
I want to save them.
Two hands to the sky. 2 hands up, y'all. 2 hands up. Y'all know what y'all came to do. Chase me. Let's go.
I'm glad they cut it off there because that's all that video.
Yeah.
That young man was being carted away.
It was too sad. It was too sad. And then, so 8 people dead. 2 people are in critical condition. I would like for you to show. Did you get the photo of Ezra, the little boy,
yes.
Yes. So Ezra Blount, who is 9 years old, is in critical condition. His father has filed he was actually on his father's shoulders. Now, I don't know why you would bring a 9-year-old to the concert. We're not going to judge it because at the end of right now, the little baby is in critical condition. So we're not going to discuss it. We'll discuss it at another time. But and then we also have Bahari Shanati, the girl with the yellow background. She's actually brain dead. She has no brain activity. They have a GoFundMe set up for her. She is 22 years old and she's a Texas State University student. So if you believe in the Lord, send a prayer up for those people. Send some positive vibes because they are both in critical condition as of now. Ben Crump, Ezra's father, actually filed a lawsuit against Travis Scott, among others.
Ben Crump.
Ben Crump, you know, the ambulance chaser, but I digress. Ben Crump is filed a lawsuit on little Ezra's behalf against, he's on life support.
Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go back to a comment because I want to read it. Ariel said that Travis is a huge POS. He had pictures of injured fans from past shows on his Instagram. He has encouraged stage jumping. He's left his old manager while he was having a seizure. Live Nation is responsible, but Travis should be held responsible. I don't agree with that. I heard a story to where a fan tried to get Travis's shoes or something, and he pushed the fan off the stage or whatever, and told the other fans to beat him up, and they did. You know what I'm saying? It is totally demonic. And Ariel said again, I'm gonna read all the comments, just hers hit me. Super demonic. I got a bad vibe watching the clips. The visuals and those lights were fuel for panic attacks and seizures.
Absolutely. And then it was a super spreader event. It's in Texas, so they didn't have to show vaccination status to get in or any negative COVID test. I had so many concert plans for 2022, but I'm rethinking. Absolutely. I wouldn't be going to that. So there's been a total, it's 19 lawsuits filed against Travis Scott, the Live Nation, as well as Drake.
Drake too?
19, yeah, Drake was there, so they filed a lawsuit against him too.
Oh my goodness.
Live Nation is the event company, and there's 19. Maybe there's more. There are 49 lawsuits. I'm sorry.
Between everybody, I think it's probably.
Well, you mean with because some of them filed the lawsuits together, so maybe that's what she means. Okay, because that was just updated. But anyway, one festival goer is seeking $1 million, and she was only hurt. This is not any of the people that passed away yet. I think a couple of them have filed. The family have filed lawsuits on their behalf. So very sad. So very sad to see that. Let's listen to Travis's.
Oh my God! Yes, that's
an apology.
Nonsense. Hold on. There it is, right here.
I just want to send out prayers to the ones that was lost last night. We're actually working right now to identify the families so we can help assist them through this tough time. My fans really mean the world to me, and I always just really want to leave them with a positive experience. And anytime I can make out, anything that's going on, I stop the show and, help them get the help they need, I could just never imagine the severity of the situation. We've been working closely with everyone to just try to get to the bottom of this.
Go ahead, talk about something. I gotta go check on DJ.
Okay, go ahead. So I'm watching this video, and is it me or is this brother reading off a cue card? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong there, but it seems like he's just reading off a cue card. Ariel said I had a seizure. She had to stop watching. Erica says she wanted to see jail time for this dude. Then again, he'll emerge even more famous. I hate people sometimes. Hey, Erica, I'm with you. I totally hate it here some days. I promise. Evelyn said nope against Travis alone at 336 Mountain Town. That's crazy. I don't do anywhere, and I'm from Texas. I don't blame you, Russell. I don't blame you. Ariel's rubbing his head like he's activating his brain cells to make an apology after just waking up.
Look, that was the most insincere apology I ever seen. Now so you mean to tell me Kylie couldn't get anybody to teach him how to do an apology? What the hell? He should have never even put himself on camera. That was a freaking disgrace. And the fact that he had his eyes closed, that definitely indicates to me that it wasn't sincere. Baby. And then the fact that he went to an after party after all of this carnage.
Yeah,
that really shows that he doesn't care. Now, he said he didn't know about the fatalities, but you knew some people was hurt. You knew some people was hurt. You may not have known people died, but you knew people was hurt. You still went to an after party. Child, I declare, what a disgrace.
What a disgrace.
Child, if he don't sit his raggedy self down. So whatever comes, look, he's with Kylie. She's pregnant. Strangely, she wasn't hurt. So she's with Kylie. She got that fetty, that cheddar, that guap. So they better go ahead and get all they can get, and rest in peace to all the people that lost their lives. And I hope that those two that are in critical condition, they actually recover. But you're gonna have to hit them pockets. They're gonna have to hit them pockets deep. And honestly, the Texas is investigating this as a homicide investigation.
Oh wow!
So I'm wondering, this is a criminal investigation. I'm wondering what's going to come out in the washing and the wrenching of that as well. So we'll definitely keep you. washing and the ranching. So we will definitely keep you guys abreast on that, because I'm going to be definitely paying attention to see what the Houston PD come up with, to see how these lawsuits play out. So we'll keep you guys updated on what goes on.
Do that. Hey, and while we're doing that, take a little pause for the calls real quick. If you do not follow my podcast co-host, Miss DoubleDee Mother on TikTok, if you are a TikToker and are like watching TikToks, please go and at DoubleDee Mother, MUVA on TikTok. Follow her if you want to catch this commentary. Y'all think this little hour that you guys get, with the hot chitty boo boo mess and honey, I declare this is disgrace. All that you get, this is nothing in comparison to what her TikTok is. So y'all make sure I go follow her.
Now when y'all follow me, just extend me some grace right now, because I'm following the trials. So I'm not putting out as much content as I normally do. But once these are over, then things will get back to normal, where I'm covering a lot of different stories, because I did want to do another riveting episode. I have one.
We'll get to it. Right.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Y'all still winner. We'll do that one.
Okay.
Lisa, comment. I got to read some of these comments. Apparently, they don't mean that much. Okay. So we're going to switch gears. Again, it's time to go into our second or our third topic, actually. So that was just a moment. All right, good folks. We're going to talk about a little bit of the trial for the murder of Ahmaud Arbery. We're going to get into that in just a sec. Where's my banner that I want to put up? There it is, right there. Okay, so Ms. DoubleDee, what's going on with the trial? There's been so many. I've read so much commentary. I have an attorney friend on Facebook that he has a daily commentary about it. What is your take on this? I know you have a lot of things to say about it.
I believe that this trial is going as good as it could go. Unfortunately, a lot of this stuff we already knew, but this was just confirmation about the way they handled Ahmaud. It's just been very disheartening to just hear this testimony in court coming from the people who were there, to see the body camera footage, to see up close and personal what went on. And, my heart hurts for Miss Wanda Cooper Jones, which is Ahmaud's mother, and also his father has been in attendance in this trial every day. Ahmaud's mother actually never saw the video of Ahmaud that we all seen, that went viral around the world, that actually caused the Big Michaels to get arrested. She had never seen that video until court. So I can only imagine what is going through her mind as she's seeing these images of her son and his last moments. We've had to find that Ahmaud was not given even the common courtesy of them to even check to make sure that he was still alive. No one checked him until paramedics arrived on the scene, and they weren't in a haste because of the fact that they believed that he was already deceased. You don't know if he was deceased or not. The only time they checked Ahmaud, Greg McMichael actually had blood up his arm, and he turned Ahmaud over to check and see if he had a weapon. You know why? So that he can basically validate his own story. It wasn't because he thought Ahmaud was going to do anything to him. It was because he wanted to find a weapon so he can validate and try to erase any guilt that he had. They hunted that man. They hunted him down like a dog, and they killed him in the street, and they left him there. And this police department allowed it to happen. They treated them like kings and left Ahmaud on the ground like nothing. There was a moment in the trial that really stuck out to me, was when the police officer arrived on the scene. I believe his name was Brandon Berry, and he went and he hopped in the truck with Roddy Bryan. Roddy Bryan is the one that took the cell phone video. So he hops in the truck and with him, and the prosecutor actually asked him, well, why would you get into the truck or whatever with him? Is that proper protocol or whatever? He said, well, we do that to make you feel comfortable. Okay, well, why didn't you check to see if Ahmaud Arbery was okay? Well, I was concerned for my safety, is what he said.
From who?
I guess the man was going to wake up and
yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like that is the kind of stuff that we're learning in this trial. When an officer was actually questioning, when an officer was questioning Greg McMichael, asking him, what went on, a stranger off the street just walks through the crime scene, and asks Greg McMichael what happened, interrupts the questioning to ask Greg McMichael. Greg McMichael has a long, drawn-out conversation with this guy. This is all caught on body cam. And then the guy goes and gets Greg McMichael water. This is before they had taken any photos, before the crime scene technician had gotten there, anything. You got somebody walking through the crime scene. They already knew they weren't going to do anything to them. They already knew that they weren't going to try this case or anything. It was they were going to try not to. And if it wasn't for the power of social media and also Wanda Cooper Jones for keeping her son's name out there, it wouldn't have happened. It wouldn't have happened. That would have been another thing swept on the rug. And when you think about it, how many black men and women have been killed and been swept under the rug because we don't have cell phones? We didn't have cell phones.
Here's my question, though. In your professional opinion, and this is for everybody who's watching or listening, do you think these guys are going to walk?
No. And I'm gonna give it to you straight, no chaser. There's absolutely no way. No way. No way. There's no way. You can't justify it. There's no way to justify you. Ahmaud didn't take anything. They did not call 911. They said that they were performing a citizen's arrest, Terry, but they never called 911. They never saw Ahmaud Arbery commit a crime, even though they're trying to accuse him of being a plunderer, which a plunderer is someone who goes in neighborhoods and steals things. Ahmaud was seen on surveillance camera in that neighborhood looking through things and stuff like that. Now, they never saw him taking anything. That's why they call it plundering, because they never saw him taking anything. But he was seen in that neighborhood on several occasions looking through things, but that's not justification for murder. You cannot do that. You cannot. They're not going to get off. There's no way. The only thing that's giving me pause about this is that they have an all-white jury as well. This is another case where they have an all-white jury, just one black jury. And the judge actually called this, he believed that the defense was being, I can't remember the word, but contentious or something, that they were just basically striking out all the black jurors and not giving the black jurors an opportunity just on strength, because they knew what would happen.
Because I was just gonna get ready to ask, man. Like, are we afraid of jury duty or something? I don't.
I've been on jury duty several times. I don't understand how that doesn't. You know what I'm saying? How there's no black people, but in those areas, it is a lower black intentional discrimination, but in the jury selection. I just want to go back and clear that up. Intentional discrimination is what the judge said. So I want you guys to hear Wanda Cooper Jones. Now, y'all going to have to pay very close attention and really listen, because I want y'all to hear what Wanda Cooper Jones had to say. This is her today after the conclusion of the trial just today.
Today we heard testimony again. Firstly, we heard the testimony of the lead investigator for the Gwinnett County Police Department, Stephen Lowry. We have some questions about his investigation, about his conclusions, about the way he went about. It's from the beginning, the assumptions that he made, and the benefits that were given to these defendants. In particular, Ms. Cooper Jones wanted to address them.
Very eager to talk to you guys this afternoon, because I finally got a chance to actually put a face to a name of Investigator Lowry. Investigator Lowry was the individual who called me on that Sunday afternoon about 6:30 p.m. and told me that Ahmaud had committed a burglary. He told me that Ahmaud had done a burglary. He was confronted by the homeowner, and Ahmaud was killed. I listened to Investigator Lowry's death for about 3 hours. He did not tell the court that Ahmaud had committed a burglary. In fact, he said nothing about a burglary that Ahmaud had committed. But instead, he called me and told me that my son was deceased because he had committed the murder. That was very disturbing.
Yeah.
Before you get started, first of all, she was rocking those pants. You hear me?
Okay. Oh, baby, the Michelle Obama pants. I'm sorry, that's what I call them, the Michelle Obama pants, because she wore them pants on Inauguration Day. Those are the pants she had on. But what she was speaking of, in case you couldn't hear her, is when she was informed about her son being deceased, murdered, essentially. Detective Larry, who he investigated Lowry, who he testified today, told that lady that her son was killed because he committed a burglary, and the homeowner came home and caught him. That's what they told Wanda Cooper Jones. That's what they told Wanda Cooper Jones, that her son had committed a burglary and he was caught by the homeowner, and the homeowner killed him. And that was the furthest from the truth. That was all a lie. That was all a lie. And if that lady had sat back and ate that, that's what it would have been.
Yep.
That's what it would have been. They would have swept that completely under the rug. It's absolutely true. So she is definitely, she's actually suing, and she's definitely going to win, because how corrupt they are, that's also coming out in the trial. How corrupt, how they mishandled this case is coming out in the trial. Hey, Ben. Coming out in the trial, and it's refreshing to see that, because I really want to know, what happened there. Why did it take 74 days for them to be arrested for murdering a man in the streets?
74 days. When I think about
74 days. The judge in this case, because we got to wrap things up. The judge in this case, Judge Walmsley, I'm liking him only because he's kind of letting he's not interjecting like old Schroeder is.
Right.
He's kind of letting the case play out. Right. And today he actually, yesterday, he actually chastised. It is called admonished. He actually admonished, which is basically to warn one of the defense attorneys for the way he has been acting. I believe this is Greg McMichael's attorney. So I want y'all to check that out.
It is axiomatic that counsel show at least respect for what the court is doing. And what you just did shows a lack of respect for what the court is trying to do here, which is create an environment which is fair to all parties. I would suggest that you take a moment to think about that. I'm going to step off the bench because I found that, I'll just call it rude. All right? I have tolerated a number of things in the courtroom, including, flip charts, writing in the middle of, the jury gets distracted when you were doing the flip charts here, jumping up and moving the boards. I would suggest that you temper some of that very quickly, because it will not be tolerated in this court. And I will leave it at that. I do not need an explanation. I do not need an apology. None of that. But I would suggest that we take a moment and think about the way that you're reacting to the court's instructions and rulings.
This dude's face is like, no, you ain't talking to me, brother.
Look,
talking to me that way.
And can y'all compare and contrast though the difference between Bruce Schroeder and the way he acted today with the prosecution versus how Judge Walmsley acted and how he handled that so professionally? Because that dude has been fucking up. Yeah. I appreciated that so much. It was very
mic drop.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of mic drops, this has been the premiere episode of this particular podcast. You can't make this shit up on the BS3 network on Roku. So we want to thank and shout out our founder and CEO, Ben. I'm not gonna pronounce his last name because I want to butcher it. So I won't do that. So it's just Ben. So but my favorite part of this show is my sister getting ready to tell you guys. Let me find it. And this is our
It's time for another riveting episode of Play Stupid Games, Win Stupid Prizes.
Lord.
Y'all know this is my favorite part. Okay, y'all. So, do y'all know Jakey Jake Chansley? That is the QAnon shaman, the one that went on January 6th up to the Capitol with that furry outfit on. Dang, I should have sent you a picture of it with the furry hat on. Yeah. I know y'all know Jakey Jake Chansley. Y'all go ahead and let me know in the comments if y'all know who Jakey Jake Chansley is. Yeah. So y'all know about a month ago, he actually pled guilty to his charge, and his crazy Buffalo man. Yeah, absolutely. So he actually pled guilty to his charge. And his defense attorney was actually asking today for him to be released on, with time served for his sentence. Child, why the Justice Department that came through with a 4-year, they're requesting a 4-year sentence for this man. What? Oh, yes, honey. This is the longest sentence requested by prosecutors for the guilty verdicts of the January 6th defendants so far. Wow. 4 years. They want 4 years. And everything that they have been requesting, they have been getting. So let's just talk about Jake Chansley for a second. So Jake Chansley only eats organic food. He ain't been getting that. So he been having diarrhea like a motherfucker, going on hunger strikes. And now he finna have to do 4 years in the pen because of this playing stupid games and winning stupid prizes. He done left Frumpy Dump. He said he wish he never believed in Frumpy Dump or anything like that. So he is actually going to be hopefully he's going to be getting a 4-year sentence. They're supposed to sentence him, I believe, in a couple of weeks. So I will definitely be watching that, and I'll let y'all know what happened to see what comes out in the Washington election. But that is the longest sentence. Hey, Jake, enjoy your stupid prize.
No, I'm trying to tell you, just don't believe dude's thing. I promise. I tell you. All right, so we have come to the part of the show. Now, if you were not here at the top, all right, at the top of this show, I did it. We had a contest, and I put up a picture of me with a celebrity, a legendary R&B singer from the 80s and 80s, because I was a kid when she was singing. But I put a picture up, left it up for a little bit, gave you 2 rules that you had to do. You had to follow DoubleDee Mother Black Human News on Facebook, and you had to download, if you have Roku, the BS3 network on your Roku device. Okay. You're very welcome, Rissa. So I got to announce the winner. But in order to win, you have to be present. So I hope he's still here.
Perfect state.
And the winner today of the contest is Mr. Ivan Dawkins.
Oh.
Mr. Ivan, I hope you're still here. If you are still in the building, sir, I need for you.
Yay. Look, put the picture back up so they can see.
Here's the picture. I'll tell you who she is in a little bit, but I need for Ivan to comment if he's still here. If Ivan is not here, because one of the things I said in the beginning, you got to stay to the end of the show.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're not here, Ivan, I'm gonna give you another minute or two because we have to sign off here in about 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Erica got it right. This is the famous Taylor Dane.
Mm-hmm.
For those who gotta know who he is, she's the one that's saying, "Love will bring you back."
I didn't know who she was. Look, y'all, I looked at that. I said, "Who the hell is that?" Y'all, if y'all watch Love and Hip Hop, I said that look like Hazel before she had any work done.
Excuse me. I loved her. Taylor Dane, and when they announced that she was coming, and I was working that Saturday, I said I gotta see her. So what the promoter for the casino said, "Come on down, Terry. You can meet her. She just got out the limo. Come and see her." And I darn near passed out.
Child, look, I didn't know who she was, y'all. He said that to me.
Yeah, she lost a lot of weight.
Oh, she was on Masked Singer last season. Okay, cool. Right. So well, I guess Ivan is not here.
Not here. So the prize goes to the second person that got it right.
Yay!
And that was our buddy Lisa
I knew it was her. I'm so glad. Lisa, are you still here?
Hey, Lisa, you got to be here. Lisa, if you're still here, please comment for me. Let me know that you're here.
I know she ain't leave early, so I know she's still in here.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. Come on, Lisa. I know Lisa's still in here. No, Lisa gone. I can't believe she left.
Okay, believe she gone too.
All right, well, pick one more.
So that is going to be Erica.
Yay!
Erica was the third on the list. I want to make sure. Oh, there she is. There she is.
Oh, Lisa's here. Okay, Lisa's got it. Yay!
Right. Damn it. So
good deal.
You're gonna have to inbox me on Facebook or get a hold of DoubleDee so you can give me your.
Just inbox the Blackurate News page, and then you could check the messages.
And I can go ahead and send you your prize. All right. So I want to thank everybody who came through, said what's up, shared the broadcast. We really appreciate you. Until next time, next Wednesday, 10 p.m. right here on the You Can't Make This Shit Up podcast. Have a great one. We'll see you next week.
What the I can't believe this. Damn! I know you lying. I guarantee you won't see this coming. Welcome to You Can't Make This Shit Up with the Guru and DoubleDee.